Hi, I'm Renee Lopez, and I'm excited to be a part of the Fearless Women movement. For me, I've been a college soccer coach for 14 years, and I have recently transitioned into being an entrepreneur. And it's been an amazing journey for me because I learned so much as being a college soccer coach about strategic planning and working with young people. And so for me, I've really learned that through going on a retreat through my church. I'm really excited to be actually filming in my church right now. And I went on a retreat just a few short months ago that we learned talking about the fearless life. And if God calls us to be fearless, we absolutely 100% have to step into the roles that He's asked us to be. And one of the things that I learned on my retreat was the truth that God really spoke about us in really understanding that as the truth that God really sees us as a child of God, and that we are really in a situation where we have to learn to be a conduit of His love to everyone else that we share. And so I've been able to step into a role for the past few months into my business full time, and it has been one of the scariest but one of the most exciting things I've ever done in my life. I have actually stepped into a business of doing leadership development, coaching education programs, and also helping high school student athletes who want to play in college and helping them walk through the process of what is it like to be recruited and what they should be doing in terms of contacting college coaches. And with that has been such an amazing journey for me. But I had to take this huge leap of faith, and I had to step out and really believe that what God has called us to being is being fearless as long as we're stepping out in the roles that He's called us to be. One of the things that I've done with my student athletes for so long has really talked to them about 3 areas. And it was the idea of an acronym we use called the CIA. Not quite the CIA that we all think of here in the United States, but the idea of character, integrity, and accountability. And we have got to make sure that we are doing what God's called us to be and becoming who God's called us to be. And I believe that's character. I also believe that we have to make sure that we are looking to do the right thing and show integrity even when no one's watching. And with that also comes accountability. And as a business owner and entrepreneur, I've really learned that I have to surround myself with like-minded individuals, as well as really helping people being around people that are going to really help me shine and encourage me and develop me as an entrepreneur, but also that I can just continue to grow as a person. So I think that when you look at the fearless life, and what I learned especially at that retreat was I have to step out in faith, what God's calling me to be, and doing that with integrity, with surrounding myself with a group of witnesses and people that are going to encourage me and help me along the way. Jim Rohn once spoke about the idea that you become like the 5 people you surround yourself with. And I've really taken that into taking a step and making sure that I'm surrounding myself with really positive mentors. I'm honored and privileged to be a part of the John Maxwell team, where I get to be able to help, whether it's Fortune 500 companies or sports organizations or different non-for-profits, when speaking about leadership development, as well as I'm also a certified speaker, trainer, and coach for the John Gordon Company. And with that, we talk a little bit about how do we influence organizations in terms of their culture and developing them. And I think that's a huge part of being fearless. We've got to surround ourselves with great mentors. And I've really learned that over the past few months, especially, that we have got to make sure that we have people that are encouraging us every day, but also pushing us over to the next level. And I'm honored and privileged to also be a part of a publishing company with my book that will be coming out in just a few short months. And Jerry Roberts and J.G. Francoeur, who run our publishing company, are always encouraging me, always helping me to step out and really be fearless in things that sometimes just take me out of my comfort zone. And so as we start to really think about what are fearless people, I really believe that it really means that we have got to make sure we surround ourselves in the right culture in order to be able to grow. And sometimes that means jumping out, and sometimes as a bird that really has to figure out their wings on their way down. And if we make sure that we do that, we're going to be able to create a culture that's phenomenal, but also make an influence and impact on others, and we can add a value to them. I've stepped into this really crazy endeavor for me in the past year and a half. Having started the process with Black Card Books, with stepping into writing a book on the college recruiting process for student athletes, I've always done seminars. For 14 years as being a college coach, I've gone out and done seminars across the country in talking to families about the often daunting process of being a college student athlete and what the process is to really get there and to achieve that next level. And so what I've done is I've actually interviewed 35 college coaches, and we have learned the do's and don'ts of what college coaches want for high schoolers. And so my book is called Looking for a Full Ride, an insider's recruiting guide to the college recruiting process. And it's just going to be an amazing opportunity for high schoolers who are just overwhelmed by the process, that they can actually learn what college coaches are looking for in terms of marketing, in terms of what should be on your social media, as well as what they should be doing in terms of steps with the NCAA rules and NAIA rules, and what signing really looks like, and what that means to sign a national letter of intent or a letter of intent for the NAIA. And I think it's going to be an amazing resource for those students who are really looking to figure out how to do it and do it the right way. We hear so much in media right now of student athletes who are losing scholarship opportunities because of their social media and things, like the decisions they've been making off the field. And so I want to be able to help those athletes really understand what that looks like, that college coaches are looking for in leadership characteristics, as well as how those student athletes deal with adversity. And with that, I look and I say, it's been an amazing journey for me. We're finishing up a lot of the editing process right now for that book. And what I've realized is I've never written a book before, and I'm just taking my knowledge and incorporating with the 35 college coaches I've interviewed to really put in together an amazing piece of opportunity for student athletes. With that, I do a lot of consulting with high school student athletes, and I've also done quite a bit of work now in working with the Positive Coaching Alliance, as well as three-dimensional coaching education programs. And so whether it's educating high school student athletes, or it's working with college coaches or high school student coaches, it's really helping them to take the next level in creating culture and leadership development. If I had to give some advice to anyone who's looking to take a step that may be stepping out in faith and getting out of their comfort zone, I'd really want to encourage them to really examine the way they're speaking to themselves. Because if we really think about the thoughts that we're putting into our heads, as well as the people that we're surrounding ourselves with, it really boils down to the language that we're speaking. And if we think about our self-talk, I would encourage you really to think in terms of using the term yet. So often we say, well, I haven't done that. Instead, what if we say, I haven't done that yet? It literally changes every aspect of how you think and how you impact your daily decisions. I haven't written a book yet, and I'm so excited for this opportunity to be able to step out and work into a project that I've never done before. And if we think in terms of the activities that go on as an entrepreneur, that we often say we have to. Instead, I'd encourage you to change your mindset and saying, get to. I get the opportunity to be able to step out and into this new opportunity. I get the opportunity to step out and be something I never thought I would be, and that's the term of author. That's what's being fearless. And I look and I say a principle that is a Japanese business term called Kaizen. It's the idea of being 1% better every day. We as business owners have to make sure that we realize that every day is an opportunity for us to step to the next level in our business, whether that's making 3 or 4 new business sales calls, or updating our social media, or looking to make sure that we're trying to further the products that we're offering for our customers and clients. That's a great part that we have in being in the personal growth and leadership development business, is that we can step out and have Kaizen as a business principle of 1% better every day. And I take a lot of these ideas from living the moment and thinking through that as an opportunity that I had to meet a girl named Kaylee, and Kaylee Strong was her mantra. Kaylee was diagnosed with a fatal heart condition at the age of 19, and Kaylee stepped out in doing everything of her life, no matter what it was, with sheer passion and commitment to every day getting better and better. She was put on the heart transplant list, and unfortunately she didn't get a heart before she passed away. But you know, I look back and I think about being Kaylee Strong, and it really matters to the idea of being fearless in everything that you do. And no matter what, you have a mentality that you can change the world and impact the world as long as you grow and stretch yourself. All leaders that really step out think about the idea of that Kaizen and stepping out to make sure that they are making a difference and impacting and serving others. And like I said, with my book and what I'm doing in my business, I just want to help add value to people so that way I can impact them and help them strategically plan the next steps in their life. I am so excited to be a part of Fearless Women, and I encourage you to get out there and think about Kaizen today. Well, I would love to connect with you, especially if you're interested in personal growth, leadership development, coaching education programs, or if you know a high school student athlete who really wants to play at the next level and that I can help in consulting with them, or even come to your sports group or your Fortune 500 company to do some leadership development. If there's anything that I can do to help add value to your organization or to you individually, please reach out to me. I'd love for you to connect with me. You can find information about my business, RL Academy, at www.rlopezcoaching.com. www.rlopezcoaching.com. Or you can send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. It's info, I-N-F-O, at lookingforafullride.com. info@lookingforafullride.com. You can also visit my book website, which is www.lookingforafullride.com. I would love to connect with you today. Please go out there and be fearless.